Since President John Kennedy formalized the Art in Embassies program, temporary and permanent exhibitions have been held in the residence of U.S. representational spaces around the world. On September 30, Ambassador Mark Libby held an exhibition at his residence. Together with his wife Danusha, gave information about the works and the exhibition.
We're having this reception tonight because we have finally received the installation under the Art in Embassies program, which is a program that the Department of State has been running for over 60 years. And the idea here is to take artwork from American artists and display it in U.S. embassies and official residences overseas. And it really is because art is something that all cultures have in common, even though it's a little bit different from culture to culture. And the idea is that we have little pieces of America, little pieces of the United States here in our home that we can share with the people of Azerbaijan. And part of the reason that we selected these particular pieces is because, while at the same time they remind us of home, they also remind us of things that we like and have come to love about Azerbaijan. So Danusha and I spent a lot of time picking out this artwork, and then we spent a lot of time waiting for it to be collected from museums and artists in the United States, waiting for it to be shipped and packed over here. And so we're really overjoyed and happy now to have it in front of us. If you're interested, we'd be happy to show you some of the individual pieces and why we picked them and what we like about them. Yeah.
Later, the ambassador and his wife Danusha gave information about the artworks one by one.
You saw some of her work in here on the other side, and much of her work focuses on water, birds, forests, and natural beauty. And we like this very much because it reminds me of a group of trees across the street from my father's house in the rural state of Vermont in New England. And so these trees look like something we're used to seeing out the window and really wanted it here in our house. This work over here is by an artist named Kate Hanlon, and it's actually a block print. And so this is not so much a painting as a print from a block that she carved. And it's a traditional printmaking method of doing art. But this reminds me of my grandparents' garden. When I was very little and I could barely walk, I just sort of toddled along. I would follow my grandmother and grandfather around in their garden as they were growing plants, growing fruits and vegetables. And I can almost sort of smell that when I look at this painting. And so that's part of why we picked it.
The last in our collection is a piece by Christian Kossel. And it reminded us very much of my favorite painter, Gustav Klimt. And it reminded me of his work, Kiss and Tree of Life. So that was the first impression I got. There's Klimt and I want to have Klimt in my house. But then I started appreciating this piece for its own originality. It's made out of pieces of tea bags. When you look close, each little square is a part of a tea bag. So the artist just, took the tea bags, used the natural stain of the tea bags, and then put prints of different shapes. Like here is a button, here is a keychain. And then you can look and try to guess what actually those.
I think one of these is a Fitbit, probably.
Right, one is a Fitbit tracker. Right. I was once I discovered this, I was absolutely blown away by originality and artistic mind of this artist. I would have never ever in my life thought of doing something like this, but this is pretty amazing.
But as we're here in Azerbaijan, in addition to this being made by an artist from New England, of course, Azerbaijan has some of the best tea in the world. And so the idea that there is a tea motif in this artwork really brings together several of our favorite things. What we remember about Klimt and our good time in Belgium, the home place of this artist in New England, and the connection to Azerbaijan, where we drink copious amounts of excellent Azerbaijani tea. So really, you couldn't ask for a better picture to unify all of the threads that we were trying to express with the art today. So.
During the opening of the event, the ambassador expressed his special thanks, and new cultural affairs officer Randy Cole made a speech in Azerbaijani. Various local and foreign art representatives participated in the event.
That art
helps tie us to a place. And in this case with me, it helps us to understand the universal nature of human experience. Each piece in this collection reminds me of my childhood in New England and my desire to return with Danusha there one day, of our son who lives there now. And they also prompt me to consider some of the natural beauty of Azerbaijan and our collective work together with Azerbaijan to preserve nature for future generations of Americans and Azerbaijanis.
Nargiz Abbasova, Turan Information Agency.